Hey guys, I am so excited to be filming today because I'm finally using the Norvina and Anastasia palette. I just cannot wait to dip in and play with it. I have a few ideas in mind but not totally sure how I'm going to execute this today. But I did take to Instagram stories just to double check if the fam wanted a full face of makeup in this video or just the eyes. And the fam have voted a full face. So if you guys don't care about my base makeup, I'll put the timestamp on the screen here right now. You can skip ahead. Also, full disclaimer, I have very red eyes. It is because I unfortunately have a genetic eye disease and there is nothing I can do about it. So if you notice they are very red, they feel very red, they feel very sore today. Oh, also, elephant in the room, I have purple hair. So this is just like a temp color. It will wash out after a few washes, but I've been wanting to try a different hair color for like a hot minute. So purple is my first. I'll probably try pink as well at some point in time, but I'm really excited to do my makeup and just see what we can work with this hair. So I'm going to be using the Fenty primer and the Fenty foundation. It has been a hot minute since I've reached for these and I just feel like using them. I really love the Fenty foundation in summer in particular because it's like a nice more matte finish, and I don't necessarily like love the primer, but I haven't really given it a super good go. So I'm just going to use it again today and just see if like my first impression was this off or if I really don't like it. I just realised I have no rings on. My fingers feel naked. So I'm using the foundation. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so tongue-tied already and I'm like 5 minutes in. I'm using the Pro Filter foundation in the shade 190, which is a good match for my fake tan. Although my fake tan is fading at the moment, I still do have some on my neck. And I picked my face this morning and look what I did. There was literally nothing in it. There was nothing there and I just made a big red lump. Silly girl. So you got to give this foundation a really good shake. Ooh, my foundation is so dirty. Oh, can't be having that. So now I'm just taking my Sigma F80 flat kabuki. This was a limited edition one. That's why it's pink. I love it. I wish Sigma would release a whole entire pink brush collection. Oh my gosh, I would die. But I'm just going to start whacking this on my face. My hands are also going to be so much whiter than my face because your fake tan always comes off your hands first. Well, if you wash your hands, that is. I wash my hands obviously a lot. If you're a clean person, it will. So yeah, if you're like me and you wash your hands a lot, then your fake tan just like disappears off it literally within like a matter of days. Someone who keeps like tooting their horn outside, and I swear, if they don't stop, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to literally go off my tits. It's really annoying. Gosh, I love this foundation in summer. It's definitely looking a little bit dry on my skin today, but we're gonna make it work. I'm going to take my Born This Way Super Coverage Concealer. This is my current Holy Grail concealer. It is taken the place of the Tarte Shape Tape. I seriously love it. It just goes on your skin so flawlessly. However, I still do like the Tarte Shape Tape. I can't handle myself today. I still like the Shape Tape for cutting my crease. I just think it goes on your eyelids really well because it's like more of a matte finish, so it does dry down like really solid, whilst this is a little bit more luminous and a little bit less like drying. So I'm taking the shade Almond and just highlighting under my eyes, my forehead and my chin and nose and stuff, and just all the places I usually would. So obviously I like to use a fair bit of concealer. Do not feel obligated to use as much as I use. I really like highlighting my face. And I'm taking my Sigma 3D HD blender to blend it all out. I haven't tried this concealer and foundation together before, so I'm excited to see how it wears. They sit really well together, that foundation and concealer, like so nicely. And I think for today, I'm just going to use my Mineralized Skin Finishes to set my face from MAC. These are like my holy grail. If I could only have one powder to be able to set my face and my under eyes, I would use light for my under eyes and I would use medium for my face when I'm fake tanned. I also use these powders when I just want to wear like really minimal makeup, and I'll just put concealer under my eyes and then use the powders all over my face. They're literally the best powders. I love them. I can't recommend them enough. So that's a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in light for under my eyes, and I use my F79 brush from Sigma. So next up I'm going to be using the Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. This is the Fair Kit. I'm trying to think what shade I want to use. I think I'm going to use this shade. Oh no, I'm going to use the middle shade actually. I lied. I'm going to use Shadow, and I'm going to take my Concealer Blend Kabuki, which is an F79, and I'm going to put it straight in the product and then contour. I don't personally like the concealer shades in this palette, like I don't use them, but I love the contour shades. Okay, I think my contour's looking the goods. Now I'm going to set that with a powdered bronzer. What haven't I used in a hot minute? Let's go the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer in light medium. And I'm just taking my F79 brush and I'm just going to go over where I contoured. This shade of the powder bronzer is just like slightly more warm, so it's just going to warm up our face a tiny bit more, whilst the shade we use first is like creating that nice natural looking shadow. Oh, my base is looking really good. So next up I'm going to do blush, and I'm using my F10 blush brush, and I'm taking my number one, my all-time favorite blush shade. I literally like hardly ever use any other blushes. I have a whole drawer of blushes, and this blush gets used 99.9% of the time because it's like the most perfect shade, and it is New Romance by MAC. Cannot get enough of it. I just freaking love MAC blushes. MAC blushes are actually my absolute favorite, although I only have like 3 or 4. So this is just like a really nice peachy blush, but it has a slight sheen to it, so it makes you look like glowy. And I brush it on the apples of my cheeks and I bring it back into my bronzer. I can't live without blush. Blush is life. Cute. Okay, for highlight today I'm going to use one of my favorite highlights. I've been like flogging my Amrezy highlight, so I'm going to use something a little bit different today. I'm going to take the other highlight that I flog all the time, and it is the Glow Getter shade from the Anastasia and Nicole Glow Kit. I wish they would make this in an individual highlighter because I freaking love it. One sweep. I can see that in my little tiny monitor. I have bad eyesight and I can literally see that from here. Yes, bitch. Literally the best highlighter. So now I'm just going to quickly jump off camera and fill in my brows, and I'm using the Lingering Eyebrows Crayon, and I think this might be in the shade Taupe, or maybe Lingering's a shade, but it's like a darker sort of brown shade. So I'll pop off camera and do them and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back with my brows on. They're looking good today, they are looking good. But now it's time for the exciting part, the eye makeup. Oh, I'm so excited.
So just popping some eye drops in.
With my eye disease, I literally have to put eye drops in my eye every hour. Every hour on the hour, otherwise they dry out too quickly. Now after my last blue look, all my brushes are stained with the blue shadows. So, I mean, if I wash them a couple of times, it'll probably come out, but they're not dirty, they're all clean. So I'm going to start off by priming my eyelids as I always do, using my Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one. And now I'm just going to set my eyelids with the same powder and brush I used to set under my eyes. So I was on Instagram and I was looking for some inspo on eye looks, because I just like, although I feel like super inspired by this palette, I was really confused with how everyone was getting like really dramatic like purple looks, because there's really only 2 shades that are super purple, and Soul, which is this one here that looks matte, isn't actually matte, it's more of a shimmer, but I think people are still using it the same way you would use a matte. And then you've got Celestial, but I've just done a makeup look like 2 or 3 weeks ago with a purple lid shade that's very similar to Celestial. So what I'm going to do is my own version on this look here, which is by Kim Prestige. I'll link her in the description box, but this is her picture here. Cult Beauty reposted it, that's how I found it. And I really like how it's got like the pink and how it blends into purple, then it has a pink on the lid. So I'm going to do my version of that, but with a wing, and yeah, we'll just see how it turns out. But that's what I'm taking inspiration from. So it's going to be purple, but it's also going to be very pink. So I'm going to start off by taking my E25 brush by Sigma, and I'm going to go in with the shade Love, which is this shade right here. Now, as you guys can see, this palette is just it is truly stunning. It has some really beautiful shades. It has lots of neutrals, but also pops of pink and purple. And I'm just really excited to have it in my collection. I freaking love this. I really think it's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to start off with the shade Love, and I'm going to blend that all through my crease, and I'm going to bring it up quite high in my transition as well. You guys know that these days I literally blend my eyeshadow right up to my eyebrows just because it makes your eyes look a million times bigger. So that is what I'm going to do with the shade Love. Oh, there is, okay. I just tapped into it twice, and there is a lot of kick up in the pan, as you guys can see there, which I do find is rather common with Anastasia shadows, but just keep that in mind. Just tapping really lightly. I wasn't even like overly hard, but it picked up a lot of product, so it is very powdery. So I'm just going to start by pressing it on. So that method of pressing into the shadow first, then pressing it on the eye, then blending is working really well. The eyeshadow is an incredibly gorgeous color, and it is so pigmented for a light pink. Like, you guys can obviously see that color across my eye. It's beautiful. So I am just now using small little back and forth motions to blend it like all the way down my brow to like the outer corner of my eye. I want to really smoke it right out. Okay, so I've got that shade Love all down. Now I'm going to take a clean E25, and I'm going to go in with this shade Soul, which is that really beautiful purple color there. And I'm going to start placing that more so on like the outer portion of my eye. And it's the same, it picks up a lot of products. So I'm going to do the same thing where we pat it in. Once that Soul shade is on the lid, you can tell it's like got a little bit of shimmer in it. Like I can see reflecting the light. It doesn't look bad. I would prefer a matte, but yeah, it's still pretty though. Okay, so now I'm going to cut my crease, and I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair Neutral, and I'm going to take my flat definer E15 brush, and I'm just going to try and cut out my crease. Now I'm just going to quickly switch to my E62 brush. Okay, I think that's good. Now I'm going to take a brush that's called the E21 Smudge Brush. It's a really little fine brush, and it's great for going back in with your shades and just really defining where your concealer line is. So I'm going to start off by picking up the shade Love, that pink shade, and just really like carving out the first part. So now I want to take the shade Wild Child, which is this really beautiful pink, and I'm going to be using a E56 brush to apply it all over where I put that concealer on both lids. And then going back in with my E25, I'm going to pick up a tiny bit of Soul and just reblend the outer corner and the lid shade together. So that is what it's currently looking like. I feel like I'm gonna have to do glitter in my cut crease and on my inner corner. Like, I just feel the need to do it. I feel too boring without it, to be honest. So I think I shall put my wings on first. So I'm just going to use my 12mm The Grand Quick Flick in the shade Intense Black to do my wings. As always, I never use anything else. Okay, now for lower lash line, I'm just going to take a pencil E30 brush, and I'm just going to go straight in with Soul all along my lower lash line. Oh, I might use this one. Okay guys, so I'm going to use Kitty Glitter, which is a Too Faced Glitter Pop liner. And I'm going to run that just like under my wing, the flick. And I might put it in my crease. I might just have a little play and we'll see how this goes. Oh, this looks so cute. It's just like the nicest subtle little hint of glitter. Like, it adds to the eye look, it doesn't take away from all the other elements, if that makes sense. So So I've got my Huda Beauty Samantha lashes on. These are my favourite lashes by Huda Beauty. I have quite small eyes and I still manage to wear them. I just have to trim them. Now I'm going to use one of her new Demi Matte as well lipsticks. I'm going to use Catwalk Killer, which is a really dark shade, so we'll see how it goes. I don't usually wear dark lipstick, but I'm going to start off by using Kylie Cosmetics Posy K lip liner. So guys, this is the finished look. Holy moly, I feel like another person. I don't actually feel like Hannah Schroder. I don't know who I am. I don't know what my name is, but my name is not Hannah. I am a different person right now. I feel like I am embodying some purple goddess that's like vampy and seductive and sultry, and I'm feeling it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling it. So let me know if you guys are feeling it. I feel like my makeup looks so good. Like everything looks beautiful. My eyes look beautiful, my brows look good, lips, face, foundation, like this is really good. I'm very impressed with myself. So thank you so much for watching to the very end. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give me a big old thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section what one of your favorite products were out of today's video. I'd be curious to know. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll be talking to you really soon. Thanks so much for watching.